So we've got a warm up to get us started this morning. We're going to start with shoulder rolls. We're going to go slow and slow, 2 quick, and then 1 more slow. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a 3rd slow one. Then we're going to do our arms forwards and 2 quick ones, and then a slow one. Then again, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. So that's with a nice soft knees there. Then we're going to do the feet. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. And then we're going to take the arms out and in, and then we're going to circle all the way round. And then we reverse that in and out, and then circle all the way around. And then we go back to our shoulders. Okay, so just keep the knees nice and soft. It'll have a little bit of a bounce to it. So you just keep the knees softened to match in with the music. Now, why won't this rewind? There we go. So, starting with the shoulders. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. And again. Then we do our, whatever was next. Oh, arms. Slow, quick, quick, slow. Then we do our feet. And slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow. We take our arms. Circle inwards. And then we circle outwards. Starting with the shoulders. We're rolling back. 2 quick and then a slow. Then our arms. We sweep them forwards and back. And quick, quick, slow. Our feet. 1, 2, quick, quick, slow. We take our arms. Okay. So we're going into our pliés exercise now. We've done this one a good few times now. So just to recap very quickly, is 2 demi-pliés with a breathe, 2 rises, lifting the arm into a full plié, and then it's a port de bras. So when we're in first, the port de bras comes forward. When we're in second, the port de bras goes to the side. And when we're in our 3rd or 5th, it's that circular port de bras all the way round. For your circular port de bras, you add the first 2 together. So it goes forward and then side. And then if you want to, it's your back bend. If you're not feeling the back bend this morning, then just come up into 5th and keep the spine straight. You don't have to go backwards if it doesn't feel nice today. So knees out over toes. Nice and gentle. And then we're rising. Taking our time with those feet. To the top, into that full plié. Into our forward port de bras, we just come down halfway. Lifting up into our dégagé. Feet. Opening out into that full plié. Think about our tailbone. Make sure the arches of our feet stay lifted. We don't want to roll the ankles. Circular port de bras. And then coming back to the center. Lovely. So So when we're ready, we can take that to the other side. So heels together in our first, knees out over these toes. Now we're trying to keep pushing down until it's time to stretch. We don't want to stop at any point. We're keeping our movement flowing. Opening out the arm and melting with these legs. Keeping that movement going. Nice strong legs. Think about the inner legs working together inside of the leg. All the way around, opening up the back and relax. Okay, into these back montonjus. So we're taking the arm through first to second on the introduction. We go one slow to the front and then two quick. Out, in, out, in. We take our dégagé, we flex our foot, we come back to the point, we close. We then use the inside leg to the back. Derrière, out, in, in. We point and flex, point and close. We go to second, close in front, out, close behind, out, close in front, point and flex, point and close at the back. Out to our dégagé, into our plié. Now watch that we're not pushing too far over to that side. Come right into the center. Into our stretch, we're going to add a full rise, arm up to fist, open and lower on straight legs. Then we go again. One slow, two quick, dégagé, flex, point and close. Then it's inside leg. Then it's this outside leg. Remembering we close the first one in front. Then we alternate the closing, flex. And then into our plié, and we're going to finish with a little balance with the arms up in fist on this side. So let's give it a try. We're always thinking on our tunges about working through the feet, getting them warmed up as much as possible. Take your arm to first and second. Two quick. We point and flex. The back. One slow, two quick. We point and flex. Good, to the side. And close. Out, in, we point. And we flex. Into our demi-plie. Weight in the center. Stretch. Rising up straight legs. Lowering on straight legs here. Now we're thinking about our turnout from the top of the leg. Squeezing those bottom muscles together. Keep the leg turned out so toes point sideways. Derrière. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Point. Left. Ready, we go to the side. Closing in front. And behind and in front. That leg turned out, rotate from the top of the leg into our plié. And rise, both arms up to the top, little balance. Opening and lowering on straight legs. Great, let's take that on the other side. So as I was saying, we're thinking about turning out this leg from the top. So it's all about squeezing those bottom muscles together and getting that rotation from the tops of the legs so that the inside of our heel, so this point here, if you put a sticker on your shoe here, that would always shine out to the front to the audience. We don't want it to point to the side. We want to be able to shine it forwards to the audience. Take our arm to the side. 2 quick. And point. Keep the bottom muscle squeezed, leg is turned out. And back. In, out, in. And we flex. To the side. Flex this foot, inside of the heel, shining out to the audience. Rising straight legs, lower on straight legs through your feet. Here's our flex. Inside leg to the back. And to the side. Last time we're into that plie, facing the center. Or up straight legs, both arms up, opening out, and lower on straight legs. Good. So we're going into an adage now. So we're looking at développés and our balance on one leg. So on the introduction, we're going to prepare the arm through first and out to second. We're then going to be drawing this foot up the front of the leg. So I'll come a little bit closer because I'm going to show you 3 different positions for this leg. So the first time, we're drawing up the front and it's coming underneath the knee somewhere. So it could come all the way up, it could come to about halfway. Just depends how high we can go while still maintaining this knee out to the side. If you bring it all the way up here, but the knee started to point forwards, I suggest you go a little bit lower. Work on maintaining that squeeze with the bottom muscles so that knee points sideways. So that is retiré devant. We then are going to take the toe to the side of the leg here. So it's just the ends of the toes touching the side of the calf. That's retiré in second. And then our third one is going to come from the back. The big toe is going to be at the back of the calf. Okay, again, you can work out how high you want to go. You could go sort of base of the calf. You could come all the way up behind the knee. It all depends on how well we can maintain that turnout. So that's our 3 positions. We're going to do them in that order. So after we've taken our arm out, we're drawing up to our retiré. We're going to hold that there, lift this arm up as if it's coming to 4th. We're going to release this hand off the bar, and you're going to test your balance. We then unfold the leg to the front as we open the arm to second. We leave the arm here, lower the toe, and close the feet. We're then drawing up to the side of the leg. So we're in retiré in second. We lift the arm up, we test our balance, hand back on the bar as we unfold the leg, lower to the floor, closing at the back. We've still left this arm in second. We then draw up the back. We lift this arm all the way up. Release the hand off the bar to balance. We unfold the leg at the back. We lower to the toe and close, and then we take fondue. So we're sliding that toe. I'll do it on an angle. Sliding the toe, and then to the front. And then last one goes to the side. And then we're just going to close in our crossed position there today. Now, one thing I'd just like you to think about when you're in this position here with the arm up and this hand has come off the bar, think about the leg that you're standing on and where your weight is on your foot. What we don't want is the majority of the weight to be on the heel. We've got to try and shift the weight forward. So if you're here, if you can, just see if you can gently just lift that heel. I'm not looking for a balance. We're just waiting to, just having a see whether that weight is towards the front of the foot more than the back of the foot. If your weight is too far back, there's no way you'll be able to lift that heel. So we've got to bring the weight into the front of the body so that heel can just be nice and light. So it's got that little bit of movement. So we'll give it a try. All about balance, this exercise. We're taking the arm out to second. So we're drawing up. Lifting the arm up to 4. Take the other hand off the bar to balance. Take that heel. And then we unfold. Then we go to the side of the leg. Lifting up to 4. Release the hand again. Check your weight. Is it towards the front? Could you lift your heel? We unfold. Then we go to the back. Lifting this arm up. Take the hand off the bar again. Check the weight. Where is it? We unfold. And then we're going to slide into our fondue. Then it's the front foot. And then to the side. And then arms scrub up. Good. So let's try that on the other side. Arm is coming out. So we're coming up to the front of the leg. Lifting this arm. Release the hand off the bar. Again, test your weight. Could we do our little lift of the heel? We unfold. And then up to the side. Up. Hand comes off the bar. Test your balance. We unfold. Take this leg to the back. Up, out of the waist. Use those tummy muscles to hold you. And then we unfold at the back. Ready into our fondue. Terrier. And devant. And second. And then we close in for our bar. Okay, coming on to our grand backwands exercise. Again, we've done this a good few times now, so hopefully we're getting the idea of where things go. But just to complicate matters, I'm going to make a slight change for anybody that wants to do it today. So we take our 3 grand backwands to the front, and then we've got our retire patte. I'm going to add the arm in straight away. So it's going from second, it gathers up with the leg up to the top to that same position that we've just practiced. And then we put the foot down behind. We do 3 to the back, we lift, retire, and lower. We do 3 to the side, alternating the closing to finish at the back, lifting up and lower, and then we've got 2 relevés with the arm in first, 1 relevé, little pause at the top, and then lower. So the second time through is where you can make the change if you want it. So it would be 3 grand backwards to the front, and then instead of just lifting this front foot, you could do a relevé into it. So I'm coming up onto the demi point of this foot. Okay, so I'll show you that again. 3 grand backwards, and then we need to bend the knees to come up into our retire position, and then we lower down on a plie. Then it would be 3 to the back, and then same again. We come into our plie, arm comes down, up into the relevé to bring the foot to the front, and then lower. 3 grand backwards to the side, and then bend those knees to come up to the relevé at the top. Okay, so it's your choice. You can put the relevés in, or you can take them out and just leave it the same as the first half. We're going to do the arm all the way through though. Ready? And. So this time I'm going to do it without lifting the leg. Underneath me at the front. And really hold on to that torso, keep these bodies our releve. Remember, if you don't like the releve, just do it as a rise. So I'm going to add all of the releves this time. Come into a plie. And to the back. Plie. Up into the releve, and again, 2 into 5, and up to the top, and then lower on our demi plie. Good. Okay. Okay, on to the second side. Oh, cut the music. Ready. So 3 to the front. Lifting to retire over, using that arm. And second. Releves in fifth. And the arm up for our little pause at the top. Lower on our plie. I'm going to do the releve with the retire. Again, releve, and. 2 releves to the arm in first, and up to the top, down on our plie. Good. Okay, we're going to do some rises. And we're going to do them in first position today. So, as always, hold on to the bar with 2 hands if you need to, or bring yourself facing the front. We're going to take slow rises with our feet in first. Now, because we have our feet in first, we can't think about gluing the heels together, because as you rise, the heels come apart. But what we want to watch out for is that we don't get any of this sickling on the ankle. So if we did it in parallel, sickling would look like this, where our heels have come away from each other and we're really overstretching the outside of the ankle. So in parallel, that's easy to control because we just say glue the heels together. But from first, you can't glue those heels together, but we still want to avoid being out here on the outside of the foot. So we've got to get those toes, big toes, glued onto the floor, so we don't get any of this rocking or sickling of the ankles. So be nice and strong. Your ankles stay nice and straight. So as you rise, so that ankle stays straight, we don't let it kick out to the side. So we do 4 rises in first, and then we're going to do a plie, lift the heels, stretch and lower, and we do that for 4. So from our first position, we're rising, and then we lower. So we're just doing 4 nice slow ones here. And we rise, controlling those ankles, and then we're lowering. And again, we're rising. Really lift with those calf muscles. Remember, they run underneath the heel. We've got that pull from all the way underneath the bottom of the foot, lifting up and lower. So this time we're going to plie. So we're going to plie, lift the heel, stretch, and then we're going to slowly lower through these feet. Same again, plie, push over and stretch, and then we slowly lower. 2 more, we go. Plie, push over, stretch, and lower. And remember to take care of these ankles, particularly when we push over here. Nice straight ankles, big toes on the floor, and slowly lower through these feet. Good. Take some ankle circles. Take a stretch if you need a stretch, and then we'll come out into the center. Okay, so in the center today, we're going to do some tongus. And we're going to be thinking about our pelvis and our hips and our tailbone and making sure we keep everything in and nice and controlled. We're not letting these hips tilt forward or backwards. We always want our pelvis to be like a bowl with the top surface level. What we don't want is the tailbone to lift at the back or it to tuck under too far. Okay, otherwise if we had a bowl full of water, that water would be tipping over the lip of the bowl. So if you imagine that your pelvis is that bowl, and we want a nice flat edge from side to side here, and also side to side here. So we haven't got one hip higher than the other. We haven't got the back of the pelvis lifted or the front of the pelvis lifted too far. Now, when you're standing, that's quite nice and easy to control because you can squeeze these bottom muscles. You can hold everything nice and still. What gets more difficult is when we're moving from one position to the other. We need to think about where our body is in relation to our hips and our legs in order to keep that bowl level. So, we're going to start with right foot in front, feet in third, and you're facing your left-hand side. We take a tendu to the front, into a demi-plie, back to the dégagé with that front foot, and then close. So it's that point there when you've got to take your shoulders with you to make sure that that bowl stays level. If you don't take your shoulders with you, we can either end up with the water tipping out the back. If you take your shoulders too far forward, then that tailbone is lifted and the water is then tipping out the front of the bowl. So it's all about engaging the bottom muscles, lifting up with these tummy muscles so that the bowl, which is our pelvis, stays level at the front and at the back. We'll then come back to our dégagé and close. We do 4 battement tendus in that quick rhythm, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We then repeat this to the back. So we go dégagé. Now watch that already we haven't started to tip the pelvis. So keep lifted up with those tummy muscles. Down into our demi-plie, back to our dégagé, lifting up at the front and close. This time we take 1 tendu. We come up with our straight legs on a rise as we did at the bar. We take our 3/4 turn, ready to face the other corner. We then go again. Tendu and a plie, tendu and a close. We go side and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. We go to the back. Now lift that front bit of the pelvis, don't let it drop. Okay, back to the dégagé and close. We go side, draw up on the rise and turn to face the other side. That's the first half. The second half, we're going to take a full transfer of weight onto our front foot. So we go plie, transfer all the way there and close. Then we go back, plie to transfer, thinking about that pelvis. And then our 4 tendus and close in front and behind, in front and behind. Then we go to the back, out, plie, full transfer, out, plie, full transfer, and then we go side, draw up on your rise, turn to face the other side, and then we've got it once more on this side, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, side, and a 2, and a 3, 4, to the back, plie, and front, plie, side, drawing up, and turn. Okay, so it's all about these tummy muscles lifting up the pelvis at the front, squeezing the bottom muscles to keep that tailbone up, down at the back. We won't do any arms today, we'll add them in another day. We're concentrating on our legs and our hips, or our pelvis. So, right foot, and stand the plie, and a close, tendu 1, 2, 3, and 4, to the back, lifting up at the front. We go, side, turn, left foot, front, plie, front, close, and side. we're ready to turn. Full transfer 4. We go front and back. Pondu side. 2, 3, 4. To the back. Lift up at the front. Side, we turn. Last time. We go transfer forward. Transfer back. Squeezing everything nice and tight. Last time. Front. Side. Rise. Turn. And lower. Okay. Good. We're going to take another go at that another day. So if it was a bit fast today, don't worry. If you're practicing at home by yourself, just think about that bowl and watching that we haven't done this. A good thing to do is put your hands on your hips. So if you find your hip bones, okay, when you take that plie, what you want to watch is that you haven't either dipped those fingers forward or even tucked the pelvis under. So if you've got your hands on your hips, that can help you to sort of establish where your pelvis actually is. Try to keep it nice and level. Right, our adars that we've been looking at. So it starts like this with our little breathe of the arms, and we've got arms to first. Dégagez the front foot, lift the arms to fourth, opening out, close on fast. Arms to first. Dégagez devant, stretching the fingers, turn and closing. This is en ouvert, our open position, because our right foot is in front facing the right hand side. We take arms to first. Dégagez fourth in our position, so it's the right leg, left arm, then we change and change. We melt down into this step like we did at the bar. This is our fondue with that slide forward. We step on that front foot, and then it's our pas de bourrée, behind, side, close in front on our plie, and then we rise and lower. So that whole thing from this second side. 1 and 2, opening the arms, 3, turning 4. Arms 1. Dégagez 2, stretch the fingers 3 and 4. We go 1, opposition arms there 2, changing 3, changing 4, fondue melting into it, step forward, behind, side, close in front on your plie, stretch up and open. Then this is your own port de bras. So I've said it lots of times before, think about how you get your arms from one position to the other. Okay, and make sure you follow those pathways that we've been learning. Okay, so we could go first, out to second, down to bras bar. First can go up to fifth, can open to second to bras bar. We could go first to third or first to fourth. If we wanted to go to an arabesque, again, you'd come to first position and then take your arabesque from first position. So one of the key things I would say is first position is one of the most important positions because it is like a transitioning point to get you to other places. So if in doubt, okay, get to your first position and then move from there. Even if you did bras bar to first, to second to first, to fourth to first, to fifth to first, okay? Establish that first position and then go out from there. Okay, bras bar is our relaxed position, okay? We generally have to get to first from bras bar and then everything comes from first, okay? So you've got 8 counts. You can always go on the half counts if you wanted to go a bit quicker, but you could do something like bras bar to first. We've used a lot of fourth, so we could use our fourth again. We could change the arms over. And then we've looked at our circular port de bras before, haven't we? Where we go over to the side, into first, back up to fourth on that side, and then open. Okay, so just think about how these arms are going to change from one position to the other. Wherever we finish, so let's say we finished on count 8, up in our fifth position. From there, you then release your back foot, and we're going to bring these arms down and then start to lift. So if we were in fifth position, we'd want to come down the front and then start to lift these arms. If we were in second position, Again, we'd want to come to first and then down the front, because it's that sort of sweeping back feeling that we've got. We've done our 2 little karroos backwards. We carry on lifting these arms as we take our 3/4 turn round to face the other side. And then our port de bras to finish is coming down the front through our first position again. And these come out to the side for our curtsy. And then this time we're going to do the reverse of that. So we're coming down through bra bar to first. We're going to stretch this foot as we pick it up and then step back and into our demi bra there. Okay? So just take a moment to think up what your 8 counts are going to be. So we've just finished our chassé forwards, pas de bourrée, rising up and open. So practicing your 8 counts now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Then you release your back foot. We go 1 and 2, turning around 3 and 4. So arms at the top. Bring these arms down the front. Step and curtsy, and then reverse in, back to first position, and then we're finished there. Okay, with our music. So we take a little breathe of the arms here. So into your good first position. Opening. And to the front. Our position here. Will we change? Melting down. Pas de bourrée step. Rising. And from the beginning. Sweeping these arms over the top. Melt. Rising up. And then it's your own 8 count. Seven and 8, getting ready, we rise. Turning. We're coming down the front. Holding it there. So we've got time to do it once more. This is going to be our very last go at this. So next week we'll have something new. So just before we go on any further, let's just double check our first position and think about the fact we need a gap between these hands. So if you measure the width of your head, that's roughly the width you want between these fingers. Okay, if first position gets a little bit too close together, then we start to want to use the wrist a little bit much, okay? Everything, as we move from the port de bras, generally is going to come from the shoulders. I was watching one of the World Ballet Day rehearsals again the other day, and it was a male dancer, and he was doing a new piece. I think it was a new choreography, and he got told off for doing exactly this, crossing these arms over before he came to fifth, and then he was opening out here, and the director was like, no, 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 we don't do it like that. Always through first, up to fifth, and open. You think it wouldn't make that much difference, but when you saw the difference between this and then this, the breadth across the front, the openness, the sort of size of the movement just looks so much bigger and so much more impressive. Because if you start to close things across, everything shortens across the front. Okay, it looks sort of more internalized. So really think about that space across the front of the chest in your first position, and then we can open out from there using these shoulders. So gap between the fingers, about the width of your face, and then these nice rounded arms, don't let them get too straight. Okay, we're lifting, we've got that feeling of something just lifting from under these arms. So last time, all the way through, your final performance goes. So really enjoy the music, even if something happens to go wrong. Just enjoy the feeling of it. So really get that breath across the front of the body in our first position. And again, here, gap between the fingers. Open. Oh, I forgot my leg there. And left. Melting into it here. So again, from here, bra lift through that nice wide first. Is your 8 count. Picking up the back foot, we kuru. Carry on lifting those arms all the way up. Now keep that nice rounded first, gap between the fingers. Again, inhale, bra bar first. Everyone, we will hold it there.